is Renee Griffith, and I am the President, CEO, and founder of Zephyr-TEC. Zephyr-TEC has been in business since 1993, and we do a lot of work with both Philips and Dragon, the speech recognition software. We combine these two technologies together to allow people to be more productive and to shorten turnaround times on reports. I've been asked why I decided to become a Philips partner, and the answer is, one, it's a fantastic company to work with. The people at Philips support their channel, their resellers like me, very, very well, and their products are excellent. Their DPM recorders are solid metal. If you drop them, they don't break. Their speech mics dominate the world in terms of using that for dictation. The profitability structure in Philips is very attractive to most businesses, and those are the main reasons why we decided to take on Philips and Philips Speech Exec Enterprise. So one of the major benefits of Speech Exec Enterprise and its use with speech recognition, it allows the fee earner, the important person who's generating the revenue, to essentially hand off the function of formatting a document or an email. So with Speech Exec Enterprise and speech recognition software, you're able to dictate free thought to a recorder, to your PC, to your BlackBerry, your iPhone, and that dictation is then sent to the Speech Exec Enterprise server, where if you have Dragon in the mix, it will be recognized. And if not, what's happening is your secretaries or your assistants are getting their work throughout the day. As they get their work throughout the day, their productivity increases as a direct result of that. In some cases where we have Speech Exec Enterprise at law firms, we're seeing as much as a 20 to 30% increase in productivity for a lawyer. That translates into about an extra hour a day. And at most law firms where you're billing out at $200, $300, $400 an hour, what you're essentially saying is you should be able to generate that much more billing in the same time in the same week. And for that, Speech Exec Enterprise is absolutely unbeatable. Quite often when we meet with people for the first time, they are absolutely stuck to their analog recorder. We are going to have to pry it out of their cold dead hands to get them to do anything different. So what we do is we slip a digital recorder into that hand and we pull the analog one out the other side, and we introduce them to a digital technology which is what allows them to improve their workflow. So we oftentimes will do an evaluation or a pilot because we are dealing with folks who do not wish to make the change. A change is, of course, something that people don't like to do. So we'll run a pilot program with several attorneys or some doctors to get a few people on board and become our champions. Once we have some champions, typically the rest of the organization will come along for the ride, because of the fact that there was one or two people that they trust in the organization who decided to try this. We know there's just tons of evidence showing that the voice solution workflow with speech rec can really, really increase productivity of your staff. So that's an important component to the Philips Speech Exec Enterprise product. Speech recognition is a technology that is screaming in terms of its development. You're starting to see speech recognition everywhere you turn. And my sense of where things are headed is we will be using mostly our smartphones to do all of our communications, and we're going to see speech recognition become viable on a smartphone. But by itself, all speech recognition does is recognize the words you say. Somebody still has to put the trappings around it. You need to format it. It needs to be in a database. It has to go somewhere else. So again, even though, and I do think that at the end of the day, the iPhones and the Droids and so forth will probably displace tape recorders, a physical tape recorder, excuse me, digital recorder. But it's going to take a lot to change people's habits to give up the device. But I do believe in the next couple of years we will see very good speech recognition. Today, even Siri is not that great. It gets things wrong quite frequently. So we're looking for a product that can actually take your words and understand what you say versus just what you say. And that's really where I see speech recognition in the next 3 to 5 years as, again, computing power and the power of these little iPhones that we carry around, as that computing power gets better and better, then you're going to see what is really being referred to as natural language understanding. So I'm going to be able to tell from context what you mean and determine what a word is. That will make it very much more accurate and a lot more palatable to most people. But again, you have to have workflow software around that. You've dictated this, there's words. What happens to that? Do you make it bold Times New Roman 12, or does somebody else do that while you continue to generate revenue? So again, down the road, I'm seeing very good speech recognition coming, the ability to understand, but no matter what, you have to have workflow around it. So in closing, thank you very much for your time and your attention, but I'd like to tell you just one more thing about Zephyr-TEC. Collectively, my organization has over 130 years of working with the Dragon software, and we've been Philips people for about 15 years. Zephyr-TEC provides the best quality professional services in the industry, and we have a platinum reputation because of the people we have on our team. So if you're thinking about digital dictation, speech recognition, or a combination of the two, you should be talking to us at Zephyr-TEC. Thank you again. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can certainly visit our website, which is Zephyr-TEC.com, and that is spelled ZEPHYR-TEC.com. You can also call us toll-free at 877-493-7497.